Jon Almera. He's a coach on Team Dynasty.
Hi.
He's going to give us an inside access view to what it's like to be there with one of the best pro teams in the world. So Jon, why don't you just, I guess, tell us about your role on the team and how you got there and what you do.
Well, last year I coached the X-Ball and coached 7-man. And this year I'm coaching 7-man and helping Daryl Trent coach X-Ball when I can.
You guys, cell phone's off. And you guys brought in Daryl Trent into the X-Ball. What was the reasoning for that?
We had trouble last year adjusting, I think, to the NXL thing. I think we've just been together so long that people won't really listen to each other. We don't have a lot of respect for what each other's kind of, how we interact is a lot of yelling and screaming at each other, and that's how we kind of hash out our plays and our plans the 4 or 5 years that I was coaching. And it got to a point where they needed somebody in there that they respected enough that they would just do what he said kind of without questioning and fighting all the time. And so he could call plays and people would run them. And we were getting into a situation where we'd call plays, we'd make plays, but people wouldn't follow them. We'd get on the field and in the box, guys would just change shit. Be like, I don't want to go do that. I'm going to do this, and it would fuck up our plays. Excuse my French. It would screw up our plays, and that's why we started losing games.
You don't have to rest for it. It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it'll be all right. Yeah, so I mean, just talking a little bit about that, you guys went from, you were in the open division, you pretty much won everything. I think you did win everything pretty much. You could always count on you guys just to be straight in the finals. And then the NXL was opened up, and then on top of, jumping in the NXL, you lost a couple players.
Definitely.
I guess, what has changed from then to now to bring you guys to the point where now you're back in here, dominating on Sundays again?
Well, this is the first tournament we've really dominated on Sunday. Or we started dominating. I don't want to suck my own dick too much. But I think having Daryl in here is really, having the guys organized and having Daryl as their focal leader and them actually respecting him enough to do what he says is a huge thing.
You're known by a lot of people as the most brutally honest guy in paintball.
Getting
That's
shit
kind of
all
what I
over
say. Here, I'll hold it back. A lot of people kind of consider Jon to be one of the most brutally honest guys in paintball. Where did that kind of reputation come from? What do you...
I don't think it's brutal.
No.
I think I try and be honest about somebody. I think that there's a lot of problems with our team and other teams where people are so not wanting to offend each other and kind of wanting to, you don't want to piss off your good player because he might quit, and you don't want to do this because this guy's going to act like a little bitch about it. So to me, I think it's more important to be honest with your team for the benefit of the team, not as much for the benefit of individuals' feelings, but because it just benefits the team having guys really know if there's a problem or a concern that the team has, instead of just fucking stroking their wiener all the time, being like, this is the truth, dude. You're not doing it because you suck, or you're not doing it because of this reason. The honesty is really going to benefit the team, I think, in the long run.
So I'm just going to say a few names or a few things, and you just tell me sort of the first thing that comes to your mind about the thing or the person. Okay, we'll do that. This is where we get Jon in trouble.
Yeah, see, I don't want to get people pissed off,
How about, well, you can say nice things too. Alex Frage.
Big nose, big ears.
All right. And Lane Wright.
I like Lane, man, but we got in a fight last year about some shit that was fucked up. I shouldn't have said some shit, but I feel bad. I like that guy. He's a good guy. But I don't like what he's doing with the PSP and the no. The one thing I don't like is how they're that no talking shit rule that they made up is just ridiculous. You should be able to say whatever you want. If you have a discrepancy with something, you should be able to say it without getting, the threat of your team ejected.
What's the no talking shit? I didn't know.
They made up some rule where they sent out this flyer where if they feel that you are just slandering or even saying anything bad against the PSP, they can penalize your team, which is kind of odd.
Okay.
Because the only time you ever get changed is when you bitch enough, especially in paintball. It just seems to me the only time everything gets changed is if enough people bitch about shit, and to be like, there's no more complaining or we're going to find your team just stupid.
Okay.
But he's a good guy. I like him, and he's a good guy.
What do you think about the new turf here that they got?
Real slippery. Everyone was eating shit. They got new, everyone went out and got new spikes and stuff, but the first day was real bad.
Angel Fergosia.
I like Angel a lot too. He's playing a lot better. He was injured for we missed him in the 7-man last year because of injuries. I just hope he gets his injuries fucking taken care of on a timely manner like he should have, and then he'll be back playing paintball again.
Rich Telford.
I like Rich Telford.
Tell us why.
I like him because you know, he talks shit too, and he's a badass, which I respect. Now, him and I have definitely had words about stuff where we have disagreements, but I respect how he deals with his problems for the most part. I think he had trouble last year with his team, and I think there was just some issues with them, you know, arguing amongst themselves. But I like how he handles his problems, and I like that he's a tough guy and doesn't act like doesn't push people around. I like that.
Kids on the internet.
I like kids on the internet, man. Nobody knows who the hell I am, you know? It's not like kids on the internet are like, that Jon Almera is just a fat idiot. Like, no one, you can tell my name on there, they don't know who the fuck I am. No one does.
You go to chat rooms with those kids on the internet?
No, they just make fun of me, you know? Every time I go to chat room, people just shit on me. One dude will know me and start shitting on me, and then everyone's like, yeah. I don't even know who I am, but they just want to shit on me, which is cool, man. Hey, listen, when I go on the internet, I shit on people too, don't get me wrong. I go on there and slander my friends, my enemies, whoever. I just like when we play Halo, it's just fun yelling racial crap and gay shit, you know? It's just hilarious. I don't know. Nick Schaus loves wiener.
All right, let's how about the Russian Legion?
Man, those guys are bastards. But they picked up Dave Baines, and I love that dude, so that's good.
He's getting married on an elephant. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I'm going to the wedding, man. Come on.
All right, let's see. Who are you guys playing next?
Ironman.
Ironman. And what kind of what are you looking to do? You know, coming into that game?
Beat him up.
You got any specific strategy? This isn't going to be shown beforehand, but anything that you
know, not really. Like, we have our game plan, but it's not like something where we're just going to kind of see how it goes. There's just some bad blood, so it'll be interesting.
Where's the bad blood?
It's not horrendous blood, but some of the kids for Mike Hinman's Aftermath team quit for, I didn't know the whole story, but for some reason or other, a couple guys quit and they're playing on the Ironman, and they kind of shit on Mike after Mike took care of them for a couple of years and paid for all their stuff. There's the Oliver thing, but that thing's kind of played out. Like, no one even really cares. I don't think he cares, and we don't really care. We've played him so many times since, the split that no one really cares about that. And the kid's a good player, what are you going to do?
Oh, let's go over the sponsors real fast. You guys, use Smart Parts Guns. You got anything you want to say about them?
They're great guns. I mean, I don't use a gun, but I know the guys on my team use guns, and they love them. The greatest gun ever made. Man, and Billy and Adam.
What kind of paint do you guys shoot?
Great American paintballs. Gap, Great American paintballs. Alex Frazier. Big nose, big ears.
All right. We need some angry John.
I'm not mad at anybody right now.
Yeah, you got to be pissed off. Who are you mad at?
Who do I hate?
Who do you hate the most in paintball? Who do you hate the most, and who do you respect the most?
I hate a couple people, but that's not really popping out. I mean, there's people that I just fucking can't stand, but no one's rubbed me the wrong way at this event, so I'm not like super pissed off yet.
Fair enough. We'll talk to you at the end of the year. Who do you respect the most?
Who do I respect the most? Oh man, that's a toughie. That's a toughie because I respect people for different things, Like, it's not like I respect this guy as being the greatest paintball player in the world, because some of them are fucking pricks, Like, the greatest players have the biggest egos and rub me the wrong way, and even on our team, we get in fights all the time because they're fucking some of the guys' egos. But they're great players, but I respect them for their play, but maybe not so much as how they treat their friends, so I don't really know.
Brian Greenspan's a guy that's really picked it up on the team. I mean, he was always very solid. You could always count on him to be there, alive and staying strong. But it's like now he's really pushing a lot more on the offense. You just want to talk about that a little bit?
Someone needed to do it, and he really. I think when Oliver left, like we needed people to step up, and he really rose to the occasion. And I think he's always been good, but it just sucked for him because. Oliver got all the limelight, even when Ryan played good. And there was tournaments where Oliver wasn't playing good, and he didn't play as many games because he got sat, because he just wasn't playing well or whatever. And Ryan would just fucking win games, or Alex, like those two guys. But they never didn't get the credit that Oliver got, even if Oliver wasn't even playing or having a bad tournament, someone would pick up the slack and help us win, and it would be, it'd be one of those guys. But they just, you get shit on if there's an all-star that everyone's looking to all the time.
So what do you think? Do you think not having that standout all-star, you think that's helping the team, or?
I think it hurt the team originally because it shook the foundation of everybody, and it's been a fucked up year last year, because it just kind of shook everyone's foundation. There was a belief in as long as we've been doing this, and as long as I've been helping everybody, there's just a belief that we're going to be better than everyone, we're going to win everything. We have the best talented players, and I just don't think I think we still have talented players, but it's not the case where they're all into one group anymore. Like, everything's so spread out.
In spite of all that, I mean, you guys still won this championship, the series in NPPL, right?
Barely, man.
And then you took second in the NXL overall. Is
yeah,
that right?
I didn't even know we took second. I thought we took fifth, but
yeah.
Shane Pistana. You know who I respect? Shane Pistana.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Why is that?
I think that he's an honest guy, and I think that he wants to win real bad. He's an honest guy, and I think he's intelligent about how he does things. And he's always been that way. He's never been a fuckhead.
How about the whole Joy Division thing?
Yeah, that's fucking. I'll talk about Maggot. I've been friends with Maggot for a long time. You know, I went and played with one of his teams a while back overseas for one event, and I like those guys. And how they've handled this bullshit with the penalty and whatever the bad calls, I just think it's ridiculous how they've taken care of this. I don't understand why it's become such a personal issue with him. They're calling our players names, shit like that. It's just bullshit. It's a childish way to handle it. I was there. I was standing on the side, right next to Alex when that went down. Watched that whole game from the Snake side, standing there watching the whole thing, and it didn't go down like that crappy, grainy video and all that crap they said. It didn't go down like that. And I don't know how they could say that from across the field when they were all watching, because I was the only person on that side from either of our teams watching the fucking game from right there, and it didn't go down like they said it went down. Their guys played on. Two of them were shot and just stayed in there and still kept shooting our guys, even though, and from the video from the outside, you can't see them get hit. I saw them get hit when they were running them, you know, and then they tuck into the Snake and try, you know, and wait in there trying to shoot our guys as they ran by, making our guys deal with them instead of just getting up and walking off the field. But no one ever seems to mention that shit, which is just crap.
So what do you think about the NPPL kind of going back and reversing the penalty? You think that was the right thing to do, or?
No, I don't think it's the right thing to do. The refs made the call, and the bullshit of them crying so much about it and being like, look at this video, like, if one fucking camera does not catch what happened, and the changing it just to appease them so they'll shut the hell up is just, it doesn't make anything better. In fact, it makes it worse, because now any bullshit thing that people disagree with is going to be like, well, we have this fucking video of it, so change it. And then they're going to be, you know, they did it for them. You know, you did it for the European guys, why don't you do it for us? And it makes things worse. It's a slippery slope that they should never have started on.
So what do you think about internet video in general? Do you think that's good for the sport? Or?
Yeah, man, any kind of coverage is good for the sport. Anything to get out there to the people who are at home and aren't here, and at least they can be a part of it, I think is great for the sport.
Oh, to do with the zombie plan. We forget the zombie plan. Tell us, you guys have got a zombie plan.
Yeah.
So tell us about what you're going to do when the zombies come back and they start to rise again.
They're coming. First off, they're fucking coming. So when Yoshi and I built the house that we live in, we tried to plan for the attack. So we've been stockpiling guns and ammunition. Like I have like 13 guns. Yeah, this is gonna be great. Yosh has several. Like, I think he has like 5 or 6 guns. Even Alex Frazier has a couple sweet guns. And so we stockpile ammunition and stuff. I have a couple gun safes. And when they come, I have food. I bought. We have water. We have food. We're set for like at least a month or two. We can get by and then go out and get, you know, forage for more ammunition. But we're ready for the zombies, and they're coming. They're coming.